You don't hear them talking about COVID. To be specific, COVID-19. That name gets further and further away from China, as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus. Kung flu, the Chinese virus. Kung flu, the Chinese virus.
Haven't done a video in a while, and what has happened is that first my mother-in-law got the China virus. Then my mother-in-law and my father-in-law slept in the same bed while she was ill and he was healthy. So they chose to stay in the same bed, or sleep in their own bed, basically. And what happened is that he was saying that, yeah, I might have gotten away with it, that there's nothing came of it for me. And what do you call it? Did I mention it already on the last video? But anyway, he's been now hospitalized in different hospitals. He spent one night in the ICU, and then he spent, I think, 3 or 4 weeks in the lung ward, and now he's finally been, or he was moved to a different hospital, which is mainly focused on rehabilitation and getting his function up. But the China virus caused so much damage to his lungs that he needs to have these oxygen whiskers, or whatever things that go up your nose. I think for the first 2 weeks he had a whole mask on, and he couldn't be without it. And the oxygen level, these are kind of hearsay, I don't know, so don't take it as gospel, but it was up to 15% of oxygen into the air that he was breathing added. And now they've been constantly dropping it down, and I think at the moment he's down to 3.5 or something like that, but the level is considerably lower than it used to be, which maybe bodes well to him. He now has a, I don't know what it's called, rollator, these things that you push along or that you stabilize yourself. I'm thinking that I need one of those too, but he has that and an oxygen bottle in it, and then he moves around. My wife and Terhi and Sofia, they're now visiting him in the hospital. I think he's going a bit crazy. He's been there for, I think, 5 weeks. And yeah. What happened to us then as a family was that first Elisa got ill, and she was just complaining that he doesn't feel well, and he's a bit of a, I think she had a small cough, but it was so mild that she was, I mean, the remote school, so she was going to school, and she came to breakfast with us, so we kind of thought nothing of it. And then, what do you call it? Then I think Sofia got it, she got it a bit worse, and then Terhi got it, and she went to the test, and she got a text message from the test people that, yeah, you've tested positive for corona. And as soon as I learned that, I slept that night in the bed with Terhi, or in the same bed, but then I decided that I won't be staying, because what I've heard is that exposure, the more you're affected by the disease or the virus, the more. So I was sleeping here in this bed. So I moved and I slept in this bed here. So yeah, I slept in this bed and yes, I got the China virus. I had one night when I was trying to move from here to the bathroom when I was wondering, will I make it? Because I was with MS, I find that any illness that I get, it affects my ability, or let's say the MS symptoms, they worsen. They get more pronounced if I'm ill. So it was one night. So yeah, the only day that I skipped work was Friday the 5th of March. And my wife got the positive test result 1st of March. So I got, even though I've been sleeping with her, so I probably had gotten it a long time ago, but I only came down with it on the 4th. And then I skipped one day work, and then after that, I have a small cough. As a result, I've been working ever since. Starting the Monday the 8th, I continued working. And the only thing is I have a small cough. And now, today, what I've got is I have a kind of weird pain in my chest. But one doctor told me that lungs do not have pain receptors, so it's something else that is just like a band or something fun with my chest. But yeah, should be now symptom or immune to China virus. Now, I did not go into any tests. They called me when Terry had gone to the test. They called me and tried to suss out our family situation, but the call was cut short when they asked me my national ID number, and I said I'm not giving that. And that's it. The call was done. They didn't. What do you call it? They didn't contact me at all after that. But I've been this. It's a nasty case of flu. I wouldn't. What do you call it? I wouldn't spread it in any case. And yeah, we just, both me and Elisa, we have not gone to the test, but we've basically self-isolated, and now we know from what Terry has gone through that, what do you call it, we should not transmit the China virus anymore, so we're kind of free to move around. So that's this kind of it's just happens. My next thing, I've kind of made this mental note that I'll try and test out all possible treatment options for my MS. And now I'm in contact with the University Hospital in Frankfurt. There's a professor that, based on my MRI images, he said that yes, he said that I see significant blockage in my jugular, or my veins coming out of my central nervous system, that he would be interested in performing a balloon operation on me, and but that costs me. I think I remembered that one of my ex-partners, they kind of walked away with a fairly hefty sum of money, and I've been kind of trying to put that back into the company, because let's say out of the 4 of us. She obviously got the money out of the company, but then there's 2 other guys, of which one of them lost the most of money, and I'm trying to kind of pay it back. I'm of the opinion that I need to do that, and money's been a bit tight in the company, so I spent it on this stem cells. I still think it was a positive thing, but it was 30,000 euros. This would be a mere 4,000 euros plus travel. So now I'm seriously debating whether to do this or not. It's turning into a long video. I'll say that Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
You don't hear them talking about COVID. To be specific, COVID-19. That name gets further and further away from China, as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus. Kung flu.